Jai Śrīmad Narayana. The following commentary I'm about to give is by Ramanujadasa, Śrīmad Gattu Venugopalaswamy. Chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga, Sloka 47.
Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhuhu ma te sangostva karmani. Om.
Gita Acharya Sri Krishna Paramatma is teaching Sankhya Yoga in Śrīmad Bhagavad Gita, which contains all the essence of Vedam, to all of us along with Arjuna. Bhagavan is saying, Arjuna, you have the right and authority to perform only the karmas or activities that are prescribed and meant for you that has been mentioned in Vedam. Arjuna, you do not have any right or authority over the karma phalas or fruits that come from those activities. When you perform karmas, you receive fruits. Seeing these fruits, you must not think or assume that these fruits came because of me. You must also not think about or show interest in giving up the karmas you must perform. This is how Bhagavan Sri Krishna is gracing all those who want to be liberated from the cycle of birth and death with the wonderful doctrine of life. Paramatma is saying, Arjuna, gaining knowledge of Atma, realization of Atma, and getting liberated from the cycle of birth and death is your goal of life. Since you are traveling in this body, there are many tasks you must perform in life, which are known as nitya karmas, which are karmas performed in daily life, naimittika karmas, which are performed only on special occasions, and kamya karmas, which are performed to fulfill desires and needs. These are the three types of karmas. Depending on one's competence, one must certainly perform them. When practicing your karmas, you must remember well that no matter what activity you perform, it must not be obstructive to your main goal of life, which is realization of Atma. No matter what activity you perform, do not think that I am making this happen. Thinking like this traps you in bondage and will be an obstruction to your main goal of life, which is realization of Atma. You must think that Bhagavan is making it happen through me. Thinking like this will save you from bondage. When performing your activities, do not put your focus on the results. The results come on their own. You may ask that kamya karmas are performed only for results, so how do we not put focus on the results? Vedam has mentioned every karma will get its respective result. Vedam is nothing but Bhagavan's command. That means Bhagavan has mentioned all these karmas. When we have desires and fulfill our needs by doing the necessary karmas in order to achieve them, we must feel that these karmas are mentioned by Bhagavan and that we are doing these activities only as a tool in the hand of Bhagavan. Do not put attention or focus on the results, because if you do, then it results in bondage and will be an obstruction to your main goal of life, which is realization of Atma. It is natural to desire results when performing activities. When that desire forms, recall the warning I'm about to give you. Bhagavan has stated to not desire for results, and that if you do, it will trap you in bondage. Recall this warning and remove any focus on the result aspect of performing activities. Regardless of whether we are desired for results or not, they will still come. When seeing these results, do not feel or assume that these results came because of me. When you assume that results happen because of you, then you will again be attached in bondage. In this way, when practicing karmas, meaning performing activities, do not think that I am doing this, and do not anticipate certain results, and for those results you do receive, do not feel that they came because of you. Only when practicing your karmas carefully, you will be able to achieve your main goal of life, which is realization of Atma. Arjuna, do not think that because you have to perform your activities so carefully that you feel like abandoning your karmas. That is unacceptable. If you abandon your karmas, even that will trap you in bondage. Bhagavan is teaching us that we must perform activities without thinking that I am doing them. We must not expect or desire for results. We must not think that the results that come are because of me. We must not abandon performing all our activities altogether either. This is how Bhagavan is teaching all of us a wonderful doctrine of living. Bhagavan is gracing us all on how to achieve our main goal of life, which is realization of Atma, and be liberated from the cycle of birth and death. Another way of interpreting this sloka is that typically an individual may feel that they are working hard and efficiently on an activity and sees nothing wrong anticipating or expecting their desired result from it. Let's look into this sloka a bit deeper and learn that this is not the case, and let us grasp Bhagavan's teaching on it. In the beginning of the sloka, it starts out with karmanyeva adhikaraste, which means that an individual only has the right to perform the karma. Before one can perform the karma, it is required that the individual gains full expertise and knowledge on performing that activity or karma. Then only does an individual become eligible to start performing that activity. When one becomes eligible, they automatically shift their complete attention and focus on performing solely that karma. They won't give any attention on the result of the karma they are performing because they are completely immersed and enjoying doing that karma. An eligible individual will not care for what other people think or say or pay any attention on any other aspect other than solely doing that activity. A person without eligibility who has half knowledge will struggle with this in that their mind will jump from one thought to another thought and start getting distracted, thinking of various other aspects not related to the karma they are performing. Why is it that an individual only has the right to perform their karma but has no right over the result? When it comes to the point of result, there are so many unknown variables at hand that one may not see or unable to see. It could be that an individual performs their karma or activity in the most perfect manner, but they still may not get their intended result due to the various variables involved. An individual has no control on these different variables at play whatsoever, so it doesn't make any sense to worry about the result either. So back to Bhagavan's teaching that an individual only has the right to perform their karma that has been prescribed to them in Vedam, but has no right or authority over the karma phalas or result of the activities. Let us all follow Bhagavan's teaching and keep gaining knowledge over our prescribed karmas and keep performing our karmas perfectly without expecting any result, and keep our focus only on achieving our main goal of life, which is realization of Atma, and be liberated from the cycle of birth and death. The entire essence of Śrīmad Bhagavad Gita is given by Sri Krishna Paramatma in chapter 18, sloka 65 through 70, to do 8 things. Sri Krishna says, I love those who follow these 8 things. I will protect those devotees in all kinds of ways. After listening to all of Bhagavad Gita spoken by Sri Krishna Paramatma, Arjuna says, Karishye vachanam tava, which means, Krishna, I will do as you say. This is why Sri Krishna has bestowed Arjuna all kinds of successes and victories. Let's give Paramatma our vow that we will observe these 8 actions. There is no puja, tapas, or yajna that is greater than giving this word to Paramatma. I will say these 8 vows we should make. You all please think these in your mind and heart. In this way of us giving Sri Krishna our word, let us all visualize Sri Krishna's face, beaming with joy and feel bliss. Jai Śrīmad Narayana. These are our 8 promises. Our first promise, O Śrīmad Narayana, as you instructed, I will always meditate upon and think of you. Our second promise, O Śrīmad Narayana, as you advised, I will always be your devotee. Our third promise, O Śrīmad Narayana, I will perform all my actions as service to you and for your satisfaction. Our fourth promise. O Śrīmad Narayana, as you said to follow, I have great faith that I belong to you, and I will always join my hands together and do namaskaram to you and worship you. Our fifth promise. O Śrīmad Narayana, I recall your words, Mamekam Saranam Vraja, from chapter 18, Sloka 66, that you said to surrender to you alone. Śrīmad Narayana, I surrender to you alone. Our sixth promise. O Śrīmad Narayana, I recall your words, Ma Sujaha, from chapter 18, Sloka 66, that you are giving us reassurance to not grieve. I shall no longer grieve. Our seventh promise. O Śrīmad Narayana, you have graced and blessed us all by delivering Śrīmad Bhagavad Gita for our sake. I promise to read or listen to at least one sloka daily. Our eighth promise. O Śrīmad Narayana, you delivered Gita to all humanity. I will try to spread your words in Gita to those devotees that are unfamiliar with Gita. We just made our 8 promises to Paramatma. Giving Śrīmad Narayana our word each day that we will do as he says itself is a great puja. Let's give him our promise with our unshakable faith. O Śrīmad Narayana, I will do as you say, I will behave as you wish, and I will work only for you. Śrīmad Narayana, Karishye Vachanam Tava, which means, Śrīmad Narayana, I will act according to your instructions. Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Śrīmad Narayana.
Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhuhu ma te sangostva karmani. Om karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhuhu ma te sangostva karmani. Om Śrīmannārāyana Karishye Vachanam Tava. Sarvam Sri Krishnārpanamastu. Jai Śrīmannārāyana.